Good morning. Today I want to address the question of who owns the natural resources of a country, because many people seem to have a misunderstanding. Now, the natural resources of a country is owned by the people of that country, the citizens of that country. Okay, so our oil and gas is actually collectively owned by the people of that country. Now, not everyone is an oil and gas guy or tin miner or gold miner or whatever. So there are people who go and mine it, lah. Okay, get the resources out. So in the case of oil and gas, it's been entrusted to Petronas. So Petronas, I don't know who owns Petronas. Is it Khazanah? Is it what call it Ministry of Finance? So in any case, the government is actually the manager. They manage it on behalf of the citizens of the country. Okay, so they're supposed to have good governance. Good governance means jangan ada corruption lah, jangan curi. Okay, don't misuse, don't abuse. Okay, so if you have oil and gas of the country, and then you have an agency like Petronas to exploit it and sell it overseas, then the income belongs to the people. Okay, and it should be divided among the people. But what happened with Petronas for 60 years or so when UMNO was in power? They siphoned out the Petronas money for the use of UMNO. So that one is not fair lah, because it's supposed to be meant for all Malaysian, not just UMNO members. And it's to basically fund the war chest of the warlords in UMNO lah. Okay, so that they can win elections, because to stand for election is not cheap. The cheapest amount that you need to win a seat at parliamentary level is 400k. If you spend less than that, there's no guarantee you'll win. You'll just lose your deposit and whatever else. So it's big business, this election thing. You got so many deposits to pay, you got buntings to make, you got banners to make, you got day one to rent, you got PA system, you got transport lorry, all that kind of thing. And then these so-called volunteers are not free, like to pay them also. So it takes a lot of money to to take part in an election. Like I said, it's in the order of hundreds of thousands of ringgit. So if you got no guarantee of winning, you're going to lose all that money. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Anyway, coming back to the assets of a country, so like the rivers of the country belong to the citizens as a whole, and then you have so-called government agencies lah to so-called exploit it. You got, in the case of Selangor, Air Selangor, to exploit the water from the rivers. TNB is supposed to exploit the rivers in terms of hydroelectricity and produce electricity for the people. Now, when you make a hydroelectric dam, use whose money? Use taxpayers' money. That means the citizens' money. So when you produce the electricity, you should give it free back to the people lah, because the people paid for it. Okay, you want to charge the people for the electricity for what? Because the water belongs to them. You know, the river belongs to them anyway, ultimately. Of course, you have government agencies who ostensibly manage it for us. But some of them don't do a good job, a proper job. You know, they sapu the money, mismanage, abuse, criminal breach of trust, all that kind of thing. That's what this, what's that bloody fool's name? He's, before election, he said he want to get rid of all this corruption lah. But after 2 years over in power, habuk pun tak ada lah. All he wants to do is go and help the anak kera di hutan Timur Tengah. I'm very angry with that sorry, can't use that word. With that fella lah. You know who I'm talking about lah. So anyway, If they don't have enough hydroelectric power, then they have to have oil, coal or oil-fired station. Then you have to buy the coal from overseas because I don't think Malaysia produces any coal to speak of. We have oil and gas, so you could use our gas to produce electricity. Of course, all this takes money, but then the money comes from taxpayers, which belong to the people. So there's no reason why agencies like Petronas and Tenaga Nasional need to make a profit. They should be non-profits, you know. Whatever profit they should make should subsidize the cost of selling the fuel to the people, whether it's electric fuel or oil and gas fuel. So some of these people, they don't seem to get this right lah. They think this, belongs to the government. Don't you know that the government belongs to the people? Okay, that's what democracy is about lah. You know what the word democracy stands for? Do I need to break it down for you? Okay. So when people make use of national assets, national resources for their own personal self-glorification, self-promotion, or just to benefit a certain subset of society, whether it's a particular race or members of particular political party or members of particular religion, it's not on lah, because we live in a pluralistic society. Okay, go and find out what multiculturalism means lah. I got no time to explain to all these jakuns who don't know anything. Actually, you can see from the comments made in all the videos, there's a lot for Malaysians to be learned lah. There's a lot that we need to do to raise political awareness in Malaysia. Of course, some of these people are trolls lah, from PN, UMNO, whatever. So once I identify them as a troll, I block them lah. Got no time to listen or give them a platform to propagate their racial supremacist ideology. Okay, so if you want to make comment, you better watch your words lah. If you go and try to inflict your idiocy onto the rest of us, I'll block you lah. You got no business inflicting your idiocy on the rest of us. We are here to learn. We are here to raise awareness. We are here to raise political literacy. We are here to make a better Malaysia, to build a better Malaysia for our collective future. Collective future means for all Malaysians, whatever race, China, India, Melayu, Kadazan, Murut, Kayan, Kenyah, Lundaye, Bawang, Dusun, Orang Sungai, whatever lah. Even the Negritos and Temuan and Orang Asli collectively lah, you know. There's so many ethnicities or indigenous groups among the Orang Asli, so I can't remember them all. So anyway, we are all Malaysians. We are in this together. We should help each other to build Malaysia, and we should not put one particular subset of society above the rest. Now, of course, the political elites don't like this idea lah. They want to make the masses ignorant and stupid so that they can exploit and subjugate them. They just want a handful of them to be oligarchs or plutocrats or billionaires. Okay? Just because you're a particular race and you're a billionaire doesn't mean I respect you lah. Okay? If you're my race but you only help people who are my race, then you are misguided lah. You should help all Malaysians. You should serve humanity lah, okay? That's the big idea. Okay, you must leave the world a better place than you found it. Okay, nobody is immortal, nobody lives forever. One day, no matter how many billions you have, you still kick the bucket. Okay, a few billionaires have kicked the bucket recently. Daim, Ananda Krishnan, how much of their billions do you think they took with them? 1 sen pun tak ada kan? So when you are billionaire, you make a lot of money. What do you do with that money? How do you serve humanity best? That is the challenge lah. If you make a lot of money, but if you make a lot of money at the expense of the rakyat, you keep 99 of the percent of the rakyat below subsistence, and you have a handful of people who are multi-billionaires, then what kind of society is that? It's not equitable. There's no egalitarianism. Okay. So there's a lot for you all to learn about political philosophy, not just green political ideology, also basic political philosophy. So you should understand all this before you go and make stupid comments. I'm very fed up of deleting all these stupid comments. I have no tolerance. I have zero tolerance of idiots or morons or epsilon semi-morons inflicting their idiocy upon the rest of us. You do not serve humanity in any way by doing that. Oh, just a reminder, quick reminder to let you know to keep the donations coming, because I have to go for follow-up appointments weekly at the IR Center, and each appointment costs 140 ringgit. So 4 times a month is 140 times 4, that's 520. So anything you can donate to help me out would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.